15 things you only realize after retirement. If only you knew sooner. Regrets that come too late. The seventh point will bring you to tears. On his 60th birthday, John sat in front of the bathroom mirror for a long time. His reflection stared back at him. The wrinkles on his face seemed deeper, and his hair was grayer than ever before. For a moment, he barely recognized the man looking back. But then, his grandson came over, excitedly lighting the candles on a small cake he brought. Watching the child's innocent smile, John suddenly felt a surge of thoughts flooding his mind. What now? How am I supposed to live the next chapter of my life? Later that evening, a close friend handed him a simple card. Inside, it listed 15 statements, words meant to guide him through the years ahead. John read through them slowly, and by the time he finished, his eyes were moist with emotion. This is exactly the kind of life I want after 60, he whispered softly to himself, repeating the phrase like a mantra. Today, I want to share these 15 insights with you, not just for John, but for anyone standing at the crossroads of life, unsure of what the future holds. When you notice more gray hair sprouting at your temples, when the fine lines around your eyes seem to deepen every day, and when one morning you wake up suddenly realizing that you're stepping into your sixth decade of life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But please don't panic. Don't hide. And never let the word old define what remains of your journey. Philosopher Bertrand Russell once said, "Variety is the very spice of life. That gives it all its flavor." Life has never been a straight, one-way street. Turning 60 is not the end. It's a grand coronation, a gift from life to you, a moment to cast off the labels others have stuck on you and write your own epic story. What follows are 15 heartfelt suggestions, not rules, not preachings, but whispers of wisdom to your heart. I hope that after hearing them, you'll feel inspired to say, yes, this is how to truly live. 1. Stop asking, where did the time go? And start asking, how do I want to live my next 20 years? After retirement, Mark spent hours sitting on his porch, staring into the distance, endlessly muttering, where did all the time go? His adult daughter finally said, Dad, stop just asking where the time went. Have you thought about how you want to spend the next 20 years? Stop chasing after the past and start focusing on what you can still pursue. Maybe it's learning a musical instrument you never had time for, like the piano or guitar. Maybe it's revisiting the small town where you grew up, walking those streets that haunt your dreams. Or perhaps it's writing your memoirs, capturing decades of life's highs and lows in words. Maybe it's volunteering with a charity or mentoring young people, finding new meaning in giving back. The author Henry David Thoreau wrote while living by Walden Pond, "Most men lead lives of quiet desperation. At 60, it's time to break free from that despair. Replace, I'll do it later with I'll try it now. Replace I can't with let's see. You'll be amazed at how life always offers chances to start anew. 2. Redefine success. Stop chasing it blindly. By 60, you may not be a billionaire, a CEO, or a household name. So what? Success is never measured by your bank balance or your social status. Instead, think about how many lives you've touched. How many people's days have you brightened? Did you once lend your umbrella to a stranger on a rainy day? Did you leave a light on late at night for your spouse working overtime? Did you offer a kind word or wise advice to a confused child? These small moments are your unique medals of honor. Picasso said the secret to life is maintaining passion for it. At 60, turn inward and ask, am I happy? Am I at peace? Shift the focus from external validation to your inner joy. 3. Live for yourself. It's not selfish, it's respect. So many people at 60 are still living for others, raising grandchildren, taking care of aging spouses, running errands for neighbors. But at 60, it's time to realize you're not a subsidiary to anyone. You are the master of your own life. Stop saying, if I'm gone, who will take care of them? Or I'm bored anyway. And don't justify your sacrifices because everyone expects it. The feminist icon Simone de Beauvoir once said, one is not born, but rather becomes a woman. The same is true for men and for everyone. You don't owe your life to others. Take dance lessons. Travel solo across the country. Pick up a new hobby. even if your kids call it foolish or your friends think you're wasting time. When you live for yourself, you become a light for your family, not just a shadow behind them. 4. Accept your body is an old machine, but don't let it cage your spirit. Friedrich Nietzsche advised us to face life boldly, because ultimately we all lose it. At 60, your knees might no longer handle marathon runs, your stomach can't endure wild feasts, and your sleep no longer tolerates all-nighters. But acknowledging physical limits doesn't mean surrendering to aging. Spend 30 minutes daily doing gentle stretches. Fill your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables. Schedule regular checkups. This is not weakness, it's respect for life itself. The poet Rabindranath Tagore wrote, "When you cry because the sun has gone out of your life, your tears prevent you from seeing the stars." Don't refuse aging so fiercely that you miss out on the joys of growing older. And never use "I'm old" as an excuse to become sloppy or indifferent. True vitality comes not from eternal youth, but from taking responsibility for yourself. 5. Don't let health obsession become your next anxiety. Somewhere along the line, healthy living became an epidemic of stress. One day green beans are a cancer cure. The next day you must walk 10,000 steps. Then a guru promises to heal every ailment. At 60, realize the greatest health secret is peace of mind. The best doctor is you. Don't let confusing advice control your emotions. Don't let fear of death become your new illness. Philosopher Plato said, "A healthy body is the guest chamber of the soul. A sick body is its prison." But your soul's condition isn't measured by your blood pressure. A smile beats a pill. A calm heart beats meditation. Where there's peace inside, the whole world feels like a sanctuary. 6. Don't let saving money become your only goal. Some money is meant to be spent. Somewhere along the way, thrift turned into a badge for seniors, sometimes tipping into stinginess. At 60, realize money is a tool, not the master. Buy your spouse that jacket they've admired for years. Take your grandchild to see their favorite movie. Sign yourself up for that art class you've been dreaming about. These so-called unnecessary expenses are actually essential gifts to your soul. Economist John Maynard Keynes famously said, "Consumption is the sole end and purpose of all production." Money isn't for making your bank account look pretty. It's for enriching your life experience. Balance saving for the future with living for today. Remember, you can't take a single dollar with you when you go, but you can take every wonderful memory. 7. Throw out the old notion of having kids to take care of you in old age. You are your own first and last support. Many cultures trap us in chains of duty and responsibility between parents and children. At 60, understand that your kids are your legacy, but not your life sequel. Stop using "I do everything for you" to guilt trip them or control their choices. Don't burden your son-in-law's frown or your daughter's sighs with your desperation. Writer Amy Tan described motherhood as a lifetime of watching your children walk away from you. True love means knowing when to step back. Save enough for your own retirement. Build a life you can enjoy solo. Learn to be alone without loneliness. Remember, only those who stand on their own 2 feet command respect. Those who take charge of their lives live with dignity. 8. Let go of the parent as educator mentality. Your children's lives are not your report cards. By the time you're 60, it's time to face a hard truth. You no longer hold the authority to grade your children's lives like school assignments. How many parents, even as their hair turns gray and their bodies slow down, still treat their adult children as if they're unfinished homework? Your job isn't stable enough. You should have applied for that government job. That apartment you chose is too small. You should get a bigger one. You're too lenient with your kids. You need to be tougher. Enough. At 60, you should finally understand your children's lives are their own tests, their own journeys. You're no longer the proctor overseeing their every move. Yes, they may stumble or take a detour, but these experiences are their essential lessons. They might make choices you don't understand or even disagree with, but these choices are their life's code, their unique blueprint. Psychologist Eric Fromm once said that true love means allowing the other person to be themselves. Instead of wearing yourself out nagging and correcting, why not quietly support from behind the scenes? When your child feels lost, offer a warm hug. When they need guidance, share a thoughtful word. When they take flight, give them the freedom of an open sky. The best parents are not permanent dictators or conductors of life's orchestra. They are the safe harbor. The retreat children can always return to, a place of unconditional support rather than constant instruction. 9. Distance yourself from draining social interactions. True friends don't require daily check-ins. Have you noticed how adult socializing has become more of a grand performance than genuine connection? From the boisterous brotherhood at bar tables to the frenzy of likes and comments on social media, and the constant one-upmanship at high school reunions, many of us exhaust ourselves just to keep up appearances. At 60, it's time to simplify your social circle. Philosopher Susan Bookman says the only way to truly become yourself is through solitude. Let go of those zombie friends you haven't spoken to in 6 months. Say no to the exhausting gatherings that leave you more drained than fulfilled. Instead, invest your time in those who really know you. The friend who will sit silently with you for hours, the old classmate who reads your mind with a glance, the confidant who remains close no matter how long it's been. Quality over quantity is the golden rule here. True social connection isn't a transaction, it's a resonance of the soul. When you learn to enjoy your own company, you'll find the world eager to connect with you on a real level. 10. Stop living for appearances. Your feelings matter far more than others' opinions. If there's one thing that has caused countless people unnecessary suffering, it's the obsession with saving face. At 60, it's time to understand what others say about you is never as important as how you see yourself. Don't force your children into blind dates just because your relatives ask why they're still single. Don't hold on to pride so tightly that you refuse to admit mistakes to your own family. Writer Maya Thompson once said that life isn't a battle to win, but a relationship to nurture with yourself and others. Sometimes life isn't fair and some things don't make sense, but you have to trust the fragile things that keep you steady. When you shed the heavy burden of appearances, you can pick up the simple joys. Wearing comfortable clothes, saying what you truly mean, living freely on your own terms. This is the greatest kindness you can give yourself. The real torment isn't the aches in your body. It's the quiet frustration locked inside your heart. Meet Janet, 72, and her journey from anxiety to peace. Janet's biggest worries these days aren't joint pain or high blood pressure. They're the constant anxiety that gnaws at her spirit. She's glued to health videos. One moment they say pumpkin seeds fight cancer. The next they insist on walking 10,000 steps daily to stay alive. But the more Janet watches, the more anxious she feels. A slight rise in blood sugar and she can't sleep all night. News articles warn seniors against staying up late, so she forces herself to bed by 9 p.m., only to toss and turn. She's tried herbal remedies, qigong, and bought dozens of supplements. The money's gone, but the stress has only grown heavier. One afternoon on a walk, Janet met a cheerful man her age who said, "I don't fear illness, I fear not living well. As long as I can laugh and meet someone each day, life's worth it." That day, Janet skipped her blood pressure check. She brewed tea, sat in the sun on her porch, and felt a new kind of calm. She realized health isn't just numbers on a chart, and life isn't a strict schedule. When the mind relaxes, the body can truly thrive. 11. Beware the trap of nostalgic comfort. The past can't illuminate today's path. It's natural to look back as you age, to remember the good old days. But nostalgia, while comforting sometimes, can become a trap, an excuse to avoid facing the present. At 60, be wary of living in what if and if only loops. Don't let past glories or regrets blind you to the beauty right in front of you. Poet Maya Lin once wrote, "We live in this precious world. The sun is strong, the water is gentle. Today's sunshine is just as warm, tonight's moon just as bright. The breeze carries hope. Fold your memories like bookmarks in the story of your life, then turn the page to today. Use the pen of now to write new chapters. True maturity is making peace with the past while fully embracing the present." Meet David, who lost his wife last year. David hadn't left his house for 3 months. He sat with photos, tears streaming, telling neighbors, "I'm all alone now. What's the point of living?" But sometimes the hardest thing to let go of isn't just memories, it's the feeling of loss itself. Healing means learning to coexist with that emptiness, not letting it define you. 12. Learn to coexist with loss. It's part of the journey. Life is a constant process of letting go. Over 60 years, you've likely faced the death of loved ones, drifting friendships, fading youth, and broken dreams. Loss is a mandatory course in life. Letting go is an elective, but it's one worth taking. Don't lose sleep over love that's gone or chances missed. Don't waste energy lamenting youth that's past. Author Lisa Garrett says, "True generosity toward the future is giving everything you have to the present. Turn the pain of loss into the wine of life, the regret of goodbye into the wind that propels you forward." What you've lost might never have truly belonged to you. What you still hold is the real gift. Remember, when you clench your fists, you grasp nothing, but when you open your hands, the whole world is yours. 13. Death, the ultimate truth and gift. In Western culture, death is often the elephant in the room, too uncomfortable to talk about, as if ignoring it could make it disappear. At 60, understand this, death is not your enemy. It's a natural part of life. Facing death gives you the key to truly living. Don't avoid talking about wills and end-of-life plans. Don't dismiss these conversations as bad luck or morbid. That's self-deception. Philosopher Martin Heidegger called this being toward death. By confronting death, you grasp the meaning of life. Planning for what comes after you die isn't pessimistic. It's responsible to yourself and your family. Thinking about death isn't paranoia. It's a way to make every day count. When you know everything is temporary, you'll cherish what's in front of you. When you know life has an end, you'll fill your limited time with endless meaning. 14. Keep your curiosity alive. Aging isn't about losing interest. Some say that once you hit 60, your heart is old, your mind closed. That's nonsense. The true sign of aging is not the number of candles on your birthday cake. It's when you stop being curious about the world. Stop saying, "I don't understand young people's trends," or "I can't keep up with technology." Don't let your life become a dull loop of the same old routines. Albert Einstein famously said, "I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious." Curiosity fuels life. Learn to use a smartphone. Explore new technology. Embrace young people's culture. You'll discover the world is still full of wonders. When you stop learning, you truly grow old. But when you stay curious, you stay forever young. 15. Finally, break all the shoulds and be your own kind of 60. So far, I've shared 14 pieces of advice. But here's the most important. There's no standard way to be 60. Only your unique self. You can be a stylish grandpa rocking streetwear and sunglasses. You can be a wandering grandma backpacking across Europe. You can dedicate yourself to charity or enjoy quiet days at home. You can be a Zen elder or a lively adventurer. As long as you live joyfully, authentically, and freely, you are the coolest 60-year-old around. Poet Robert Frost said, "Take the road less traveled by, and that will make all the difference." At 60, it's time to carve those words into your soul. Don't be shackled by society's expectations of how older people should act. Don't let the world's judgments define your life. You are you, a unique spark, a different kind of firework. Michael, at 60, said, "I only started truly living for myself now." Susan declared, "I don't care about what others think anymore." Janet smiles, "Every day I'm learning to let go and appreciate what I have." Their transformations may be the path you're walking toward. Don't be afraid. This path can start today and it's yours. In the days ahead, may you live boldly, warmly, freely, and grounded. To all of you reading this, 60 is not the sunset. It's another dawn. May these words help you shed the labels of old age and meet the limitless possibilities within you. Just as writer Samuel Orman wrote about youth, youth is not years, but a state of mind, not innocence, but strength of will, not simplicity, but profound passion. Youth is a deep spring, forever flowing. At 60, you can still have that burning soul. You can still chase your dreams. You can still live with passion and vitality. Remember, it's never too late to start. Only too late to regret never having tried. From today, be the director of your life story. Write your 60s as your greatest masterpiece.